Hello and welcome to Golden Orm Studios. Today I'll be showing you how to create a stylized sword in Blender. So the first thing you want to do is get a reference photo. You can either do it by drawing your own picture, or I usually just get one online. The one that I'm going to be using you can download in the link in the description. Alright, so once you got the image downloaded, you can just delete everything but the camera. Shift A, Image, Reference, and pick the image, and then we just want to do Alt R. There we go. And then in top view, so all we need is to get a plane, and then the object settings, viewport display, and display as wire. While selecting the plane, click Tab, select the 2 button so we can do the side select, and then click the one on the right. We're going to use the mirror modifier to make it so we have to do less work. So click that, do X, just somewhere around the middle. We'll change it later. We actually want to go out of edit mode and just kind of line this up so it's more in the center of the sword. Otherwise, it won't mirror properly. And just line that out. Alright, so with that selected, we're going to go to the modifiers, the mirror, and we want to turn on clipping. Click Tab, go back into edit mode, click this, do GX, and now they will merge together. And then we just want to stretch this all the way to where it's straight. And then right there it starts to curve. That's probably a good spot. Alright, and then just want to extrude and just slowly go along the curve. Alright, and then all the way down to make a sharp point. Alright, and then we're going to click M, and at the center, click 1, select that, GX, put those together, and then let's work our way the other way. Just up, all the way straight, then it kind of indents. And then it kind of disappears into the hilt. And we'll do the handle and the hilt separately. So the next step, we're going to do K. We're just going to cut out. And then 3 for face select. Just select all of those while holding Shift. All the way down. Alright, and then, so go back to object mode. Click on the plane. Go to object settings, turn it back to solid for a second. Go back to tab. So what we want to do, again, click the alt, click the line, but what we want to do is click 1, and while holding control, drag over the tip, because we don't want that to move. Okay? And then do G and Z. Let's see. Thumb needs to be a little bit more sharp, so GZ. Just scroll it until it takes more of it. But we don't want it touching the outside. So that's good. Maybe a little higher. Alright, that's pretty good. So we're going to do G, put the reference down a little bit, because we're going to add the bottom side. Alright, so let's go to the modifiers. And you want to click Z. Alright, we got almost finished blade. So go back to edit mode, the top view, 3 for face mode, And you can just come along here, select all of that middle piece that we cut out earlier. Let's just extrude it and then we'll flatten it. So click E for extrude, go down a little bit. Alright, and then to flatten it, let's just click that and then hold Control. So select all that. And then we just want to flatten. Actually, we need to click O to turn that off. Alright, and to help more with that, let's just select all of these, do X, and dissolve edges. Okay? And let's do that for these. Dissolve edges. Alright, let's just try to even this out again. Alright, perfect. But if you look on the side, you can see that it's indenting weirdly. Alright, so we're going to go to side view, click Z, wireframe, select that, click O, and then S, Z, just scale it up a little bit, turn that off. Looks pretty good. Click 2, let's go into side view, select all of this part, the skinny, and just scale it up. And let's see. Yep, that looks pretty good. Except for that, we gotta click 1, just bring that back down. Alright, that blade looks pretty good. So let's do Control S. I haven't saved it yet. And let's just call it Stylistic. And I probably spelled that wrong. Sword. So let's call this the blade. And then we can turn this back to wire. Alright, top view. Alright, let's make the handle next. So click on it, do Shift S, cursor to selected. You can see it snap to the origin point. Alright, and we want that because we want our handle to be in the center of the blade. So add a cylinder, do R, X, 90, enter, and let's just scale that down. G, Y, alright, scale it down. Oops, G, Y, not centered. Alright, and Z, wireframe, tab 2, select the top, and let's get it started right here. Alright, let's bring that over here. And this needs to go up a little bit more. Alright, so selecting this, you want it right on the line. So, the top line, I think I'm actually just going to shift this a little bit more to the left, just so it's on target with the picture. And then we'll match it up with that layer. Alright, so tab, like that, select the line, extrude, extrude, go straight, extrude, climbs up there, goes down, straight, and just keep going. Right, and then this looks like it could be more of just a sudden. Yeah, it's like a sudden up. And I just want to go all the way down. There we go. It's the handle, and the blade, and the hilt, and the top part are all going to be separate. Alright, so let's continue going down. Extrude, and then there we go. And it's looking pretty good. Alright, so the next step. So the next thing we want to do is go back to solid and click K for the knife. We just want to cut in half on both sides. Alright, and just make sure that's selected. Alright, and then do X, faces. Now that's all gone. And then we want to do the same thing, mirror modifier. And we want to do Y. And I think we should just make this a little skinnier. That looks better. Maybe a little wider. So now you can see how it's kind of like a hexagon. The crease is on these ones. Alright, so from each there are 5. So let's go from here. So we got, going after, we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then I'm gonna keep going. So back to solid. And let's go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Leaving that one unchecked. Then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And let's just dissolve edges. Perfect. And then I believe we need to do the same thing on the other side. So this is a middle point. So it comes across here. And so we're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And same on the other side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. X, dissolve edges. Alright, that looks good. Alright, and now we will do the diamond. So click on it, tab, let's go to wireframe mode, go back to object mode, G. We're just going to move this to the center of the diamond so it's a little easier. And then we're going to go back in edit mode. And make sure mirroring is on. And let's just line these up. Alright, that's pretty good. And we just want to flatten this out. Just bring all these down. Just go down. Make all flat. Then 3, just select all of that. And extrude up. Then do I, and then go in. And then let's double click on that, rename this handle. Alright, we're done with that. Let's click that. Change this to wire. Let's click this, do Shift S, selection to cursor, G, Y, and match that back up so it's centered with the blade. Perfect. And scale that down so it's a little slimmer. Alright, same thing. Click on the blade, Shift S, cursor selected. And then open, I'm just going to do plane. Alright, let's move this up. Z wireframe. And pretty good starting point is just right here. Alright, tab. Let's just move this over. And modifiers, mirror, clipping. Forgot to turn clipping on for the handle. Perfect. Alright, back to the plane. Let's merge those together. Let's take this one. We're going to do Control R, get an edge loop. Put that right there. Put that there. I'm just going to be lining these up. Alright, let's select the outside. And then object mode. And you can see that it comes out. So extrude, scale, goes up, extrude, scale, and then back down. Make it a little wider. And let's select the outside again. Scale it up more. Do one. And we just want to match these up. The reflections where it comes up. And alright, I want that one there. Let's see. Alright, that's good. Alright, there we go. Next step. Let's just get a look at everything. Let's get the blade, object, solid. Alright, so this is supposed to be up higher. Alright, we actually want to undo the Z. Let's duplicate this, change it to Z, undo clipping, select everything. So this is supposed to be on the top. And somehow that wasn't done. Let's fix that. Alright, let's do tab, A, and looks pretty good. We just want to select the ones around this. And extrude, stretch it out, and we want to match these up with the lines again. I'm going to get rid of the blade, it's kind of in the way. Alright, we're going to bring that down. Turn clipping on, actually. Bring that down. Bring that in. Bring that out. Bring these two together. Alright, and then we want to extrude all the way down. Click this. And we want to just scale down. Alright, and then the next step, we're going to make this piece. Let's just move this back. And let's just shift, right click, put the cursor right there, plane, scale it down, and let's actually just rotate it 45 degrees. Tab, extrude, scale, all the way to there, extrude, right click, scale, and just a little bit. Alright, and then let's bring this up to here. Alright, so we're gonna cut this in half. Select half of it. And faces. Alright, and once it's split in half, go to modifiers, mirror, then we want to select this object, the image, select everything, clipping, and merge it together. Back to wireframe. So we want to use the knife tool. Select these, make some points. Alright, then we're just going to use these points. Alright, just do Control R, just need another point. And then we need to click this and this because this is what we're referencing. And we're just going to move this into position. Alright, that looks pretty good. And now we just need to do the same thing we did with this one. And duplicate it, not clipping it first. Alright, and then we're going to make this a reference object. And then we just want to select all of these. And let's bring everything back. Alright, so let's apply these modifiers. And do Alt. And select all around that. Do Shift S, cursor to selected. Then Tab. Go to Object, set Origin, Origin to 3D cursor. And then let's just scale this up a little bit. And let's take care of this while we're at it. Just bring that down. Let's just select this, bring it down a little bit, Now we just need to do the final piece. Z. Let's hide that for a second. Alright, let's do Shift, right click, add a plane. Alright, and then move it up a little bit. See wireframe, make sure it's centered. Bring it over here. Modifier, mirror, clipping, and then we just want to bring this to the middle. We just want to put all the pieces together. Alright, and then we're going to do extrude. And we want to go down, then extrude, go out, line those up with that. Wireframe. Alright, and I want to click 1, extrude off of that, and then go to 2, extrude out, when I go down, and F, bring that together, 1, bring that up a little bit, there we go, wireframe, 2, and extrude, go down, and we want, let's just go down like that. Alright, dissolve that vertice. Perfect. Just line that up better. Alright, go solids like that. Go to 2. Select those. Click F, give it some thickness. And then that's selected, click 3. Select that as well. Go into wireframe. And do Shift D. And we just kind of match this up. Alright, and then you want to select all of these. Put those together. Alright, and then you want to select this. Just extrude down. Fill those in. Do 2. X, dissolve edges. That's pretty good. And just have your cursor over it, push L. Alright, so we got that. The next step would actually be from the handle. Wireframe. Let's get rid of that. Make sure you're in edit mode. And let's just move this to the center. Alright, so edit mode. Alright, click O. And we just want to make it go in. That's perfect. And we just want to get rid of, we don't want this. Delete that. You just do Alt and click, extrude. Get off of O. Just close it shut. And then do Alt, click again. Alright, So we're going to make it come out, make it a little even. And let's do 3. Get all that. I want to extrude. And then go to 2. And click Alt. And then Shift Alt. And do F3 and bridge. And then F3 tries to quads. And now let's merge those together. We need to give this a little bit of depth. So let's duplicate this. Put it on the Z. Alright, so let's select this, do Shift S, cursor to selected, cursor to selection, and this should be about right here. Alright, and then we just need to fix the stuff in the back. Alright, and then select all the bottom ones. And then extrude. Make sure clipping is on. Maybe go add a little bit. Select the handle, do Ctrl-Shift-I, hide. And we just want to put an edge loop here. So that when we shade it smooth, it'll look a little nicer. And let's just add one more of those just for a little bit more depth. The last thing to do is to just apply all of the modifiers. And then select all of them one by one, with the handle being last, and do Ctrl-J. And now the origin point is at the handle. Seems to call this a sword. And then I did forget one more thing. I forgot to fully combine these in the back. Just get rid of these faces. Delete faces. Alright, and then just want to deselect those. Bridge edge loop. Split that in half. So we can move it out a little bit. Alright guys, here's the finished product, and we'll see you in the next video for texture painting.